You've been to space quite a few times. What does this Artemis launch mean to you?
Well, it's the next step in getting U.S. astronauts back to the surface of the moon. When Neil Armstrong, took that first step, I was in kindergarten, right? I was 5 years old in New Jersey. I fell asleep. My brother remembers seeing it, but I missed it. But I did see those later missions to the surface of the moon, and it really inspired me as a young kid to want to do this. And I wanted to go to Mars. Didn't make it to Mars. I made it into space 4 times. I launched from that pad that Artemis is launching from on my first 2 missions, and then the other one on the second 2. But this is inspiring, and it's exciting, and it's something that we can only really do in this country. Yeah, the Russians, they go up to the space station. They've never landed, somebody on the moon. I hope we get there before the Chinese. That's the goal right now. But also do it in a different way, where we're gonna have like a permanent presence on the surface of the moon, like we do in low Earth orbit right now.
Great. So do you believe that there's bipartisan support for us getting to the moon?
Yes, there is. You know how I know that? Being in the United States Senate, we funded this mission, and we're going to fund the next 2, and then hopefully we will fund the return to the surface of the moon by U.S. astronauts.
Great.
And I think the American people are behind it too, because it's like a uniquely American thing that we can do. Other countries can't do this, and we get a lot out of it. Our aerospace industry creates hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs. These are jobs that where you can afford to pay your rent and afford groceries and maybe go on a vacation once a year. There are a lot of people in our country right now that are struggling, that don't have that kind of opportunity. We need to get this administration focused more on that, solving those problems. But today, here on April 1st, 2026, I think this is a great day for our country.
Great. And why is deep in lunar space exploration important?
Well, for a number of reasons. One is we move technology forward, innovation. We create not only new things, but new industries. And we have successfully created an economy in low Earth orbit that is billions of dollars every year, like many billions of dollars. We can do that on the surface of the moon as well. That money, by the way, people often say, why would you spend this money in space? The money isn't spent in space. The money is spent here. We could do the same thing on the lunar surface, create industries and an economy that benefits our country and allows us to grow our GDP, so grow the size of our economy, when we focus on this kind of science.
Great. And then finally, what do you make of Jared Isaacman's early tenure as the NASA administrator?
I think he's done a good job. He's making some changes. Change is often challenging. I also think if you're not changing things in any kind of government agency or organization, they can atrophy, they can get worse. So I've seen a lot of positive things out of his, just like 4 or 5 months. As the administrator. He's going to be here today, and I look forward to having a chat with him about this and future missions.